Hey everyone, what is up? Welcome back to my channel, Fixing It Up with Sandra. And in case you're new here, I'm Sandra. Today we are going to keep on with the theme of Christmas wreaths right here. I'm so excited. I love this style of wreaths. So guess what? We are going to be working with that same kind of wreath frame, but obviously a little different. I've got a bunch of cute stuff down here that I just can't wait to show you. I'm obsessed with mini ornaments. I buy them just to have, and sometimes I don't even use them because they're just too cute, and that makes no sense, right? But anyways, we will be using these today. This is gonna be, again, another very simple wreath to do. So this is something that you can do with the family. I know during the holidays, a lot of people wanna create traditions, and they also wanna do stuff that the whole family can enjoy. This is one of those projects. So I'll let you know about, here I am trying to prep while I'm giving my spiel to you guys, you know? So you'll be able to see what I use. I know that holiday stuff isn't quite out yet. This is just stuff that I collect. And so come back to the tutorial around Christmas when you can find the stuff if you don't already have it, but continue to watch just so you know what to be looking for. And a lot of this stuff you can find at yard sales. Right now, I'm seeing a ton of stuff for the holidays at the thrift stores, at Goodwills, yard sales, all of that stuff. And believe me, I'm grabbing it all up. So without further ado, let's get started on this wreath and let's get into the Christmas spirit. All right, guys. So here is our wreath form that we're going to be working with. This is a 24-inch Ashland wreath. This is what this is, just in case somebody's going to go out and want to get the same thing. I got these at Michael's during the holiday season. It doesn't have a price on here, but I want to say this was around $6. They did have this size and then one that was a little bit smaller. But again, I got this last year, so I don't know what they will have this year. I'm assuming that you can find this online, maybe even already. Now get out. My cat thinks my ornaments are all of her toys, so she's been super excited every time I open up my office. She's like, yay, we're gonna get in there and get some toys. So right now I'm just basically fluffing the wreath, and that's what you do when you pull all of these things apart. I know the Dollar Tree does sell these, okay? And I'm gonna give you a little trick and tip on how to make it look really full. I do have one upstairs. We will be working with that at some point. I believe I have some of the twisty ties right behind me. So you can actually, the dollar store sells these little pine ties individually. I've got a great craft for those. And so I bought a bunch of them. And what you can do when you get one of those wreath forms, similar to this from the dollar store, and it's kind of sparse, even the Christmas trees, they can be pretty sparse, especially if you get them from the Dollar Tree, which is okay. You can fluff them up by adding some of this. Let me grab some for you real fast. So here's what I'm talking about. They have these wired garland ties, and they're similar to this. There is a slight difference. However, when you buy something like this from the Dollar Tree, you can add this to it and make it even fuller. And you can actually use that in here as well if you choose to. So with this one, we are going to be adding a sign. We are not going to be doing a bow. We're not going to be doing a bow, but we are basically going to do the same thing to this wreath that we did to that one, which means we're just going to grab some mesh, and this is just simply a red mesh that I have, and we're just going to go ahead and twist it onto here. There's going to be no cutting of the mesh, so I'm just going to kind of tuck that down in there, just give it a good twist. And this is what I love about these. I said in my last video, which I hope you watched, because you'll see that you don't have to use a whole bunch of mesh in order to make this wreath look pretty. It just needs like a little bit of a sprinkle on it. And so I like to just pull, I go to about my elbows, and then, you know, just place it anywhere. You know, you can make it a big poof like this if you want. There's no wrong or right way to do this. So just have fun with it. Don't get too stressed. You know, you can tuck it in if you want and kind of like weave it through. This is such an easy style wreath to create. I love it. The wreath frame speaks for itself. It is its own decoration, is one of the other things that I love. So we'll tuck it right here. And then, you know, if you want, weave it in there. Maybe we'll untuck it once I'm done, who knows. But I'm definitely gonna be adding a bunch of cute little doodads to this wreath that I'm so excited about. And it's really nice too. I like doing this Christmas in July because I've said it time and time again, Christmas is my favorite time of year. And I feel like I'm gonna be able to, like, I get to celebrate it twice this year. And, you know, a lot of the stuff that I struggled with last year in like signs, I'm like, okay, how do I make this wreath or whatever? Coming back to it this time around, I'm like, oh, I immediately have ideas for it. And I'm like, wow, that's all I needed was just some time away from it and then a fresh look, you know, at the whatever it is. And then I'm like, oh, I'm inspired. So it's been nice. It's been really nice. Okay, actually, I'm gonna do this one. And for beginners, like if you don't get this perfect, and not that there is a perfect, but I know people, they're like, we're perfectionists sometimes. And you're like, oh, I don't like the way that looks. The great thing about this is that there's no cutting when it comes to the mesh. So you don't have to worry about like wasting any kind of material. You can just unravel it and then do it again. All right, so I'm back at where I started. And I'm just gonna tuck that in there. All right, I'm just gonna kind of go over my mesh. I'm happy with it. See how fast that was? Super fast. Okay, I'm gonna trim this. Okay, scooch that over, and that's it. All right, y'all. So that is it when it comes to the mesh. The rest of it's gonna be really cute add-ons, a cute sign, and that's what we're gonna be working with. My hot glue gun is already ready to go, and I do have a sign right here. I'm so excited. I got these signs at the grocery outlet last year. Again, almost, well, I don't think you can buy anything right now. I haven't really seen too much Christmas. It's a lot of back to school stuff. So I'm gonna try to pry this one open. And these are metal signs that I have right here. And I'm just gonna take this off. There. I save all of this stuff, like this little wire handle right here. I save all of this because, well, you never know. You never know when you're gonna make something that's gonna need a hanger thing. And you're like, guess what? I've been saving them for years. Perfect. There we go. Again, just tuck it off to the side. So here's our sign. There's your sign. And I've already cut some wire. And this wire I got at Michael's. This is a thick wire. It's a 22 gauge. It's just a thick wire to me. And I got this at Michael's during the holiday season. I love it. It works well. It holds everything well. I've not had anything fall off when using this wire. So I'm just gonna use the original holes. Give it 1, 2 twist. As I'm looking at this is actually a sticker on top of metal. Interesting. They almost had me fooled. Okay. So I'm assuming that this is not, I wouldn't even know if this is weatherproof. Anyways, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna attach the sign like so. So I'm just gonna weave it through. And I know usually you don't put the sign on until the very end, but we're gonna go ahead and put this on, and then we're gonna decorate around it. Let's get this bad boy through here. This is pretty thick, which is what I love, but it makes finding the wire just a little bit harder. All right, there we go. Now, because it only has 2 holes up there, I will be gluing the bottom part to the wreath, just to make sure like it has, you know, like it's really not gonna go anywhere. All right, just give it a couple of twists, and we're gonna go ahead and do this side. All right. And then you can readjust, like basically refluff your wreath, because working with it like this, you're gonna kind of manhandle it for a moment. All right. And I'm just doing like some really loose ties because I still want to be able to adjust it for just a moment. All right. There we go. That's how the sign's gonna look, okay? Again, we're going to glue this part down, but I just kind of wanna fluff it up a little bit more. I want as much of this stuff out from underneath the wreath, because what's the point of it having it underneath? There. And then kind of bring it up and kind of, you know, like bangs, you know, just lightly caress the sign. All right, let's go ahead and get this bad boy glued down. All right. There we go. Look at these cute little shovels. I almost said snowmen, but look at these cute little shovels that I've got that's gonna go on here. We're also gonna do a couple of cute candy canes, and then some snowflakes. I love these snowflakes. I use them all the time, and you get them from the dollar store. The other ornaments that I've got, I get from Walmart. That's like one of my other favorite places to go. And I just collect them because they're just so stinking cute sometimes. All right, let's get some glue on this little side. Ooh. Man, that metal or whatever it is really heats up from that glue. Ah. Like, it is hot. And it is a crisp 82 in here, if anybody was wondering. I have the fan blowing, and I just pray that it doesn't sound like a helicopter because it's behind the camera slash my phone. So, all right, I think we're good. So here's what we've got so far. Look at how easy this is to do. I just absolutely love doing this style of wreath. All right, like I said, we're gonna fluff that all up. Man, I don't know if it's because it's hot or if it's late in the day, what it is, but I feel like my tongue is like tied. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut some of these super cute pieces off of here. We'll do a couple of both. I'm just gonna sprinkle the wreath with these super cute ornaments. And I always do this. I always like lay it down and I'm like, oh, okay, how's it gonna look? And then when I go to actually attach it, it looks nothing like it did when I initially had the layout. I don't know what happens, but it never looks like it. Now I'm gonna make sure that I get it on both sides of the deco mesh because I don't want it to just be all on the inside. So we're gonna sprinkle this around, and I have another one right here. Maybe that'll go down there. My little candy cane will go on the outside. Do one more set of candy canes. And don't worry, I will lift this so you guys can see exactly how this looks. All right. And then a couple of snowflakes. Right, and this is gonna just give it another pop of color. And I absolutely love Christmas. I wish I could hang this stuff, which I know I could, but you know what I'm saying. I'm like, I wish I could just bust out my whole Christmas lot of stuff. There's that one. Okay, here we go. We're just gonna sprinkle the wreath with snowflakes. Really get into the holiday spirit. All right, I think, oh wait, we could probably use one down here if anything. All right guys, let's start gluing. This won't take long. And we'll be done with our third Christmas wreath of the month, which is awesome. Okay. All right. Who else is having a blast doing Christmas in July? I've been reading the comments, and so a lot of people are working on fall and Christmas stuff already, which I think is fabulous. This is the first time that I can really remember ever doing, you know, especially Christmas stuff in July. And I have to say, I'm a huge fan. So whoever was like the person that thought about Christmas in July, many thanks to you, because I love it. And I'm also curious why somebody created Christmas in July. That's going to be something I have to Google. I'm like, why do people come up with this? You know, I'm one of those people. So next time we chat, I will have an answer for you. Ugh, I love it. I love, love, love it. And you'll see why we don't need a bow is because we have such a big sign. You can most definitely do a sign and have a bow, 1000%. I just have, my sign completely takes up basically the entire wreath. And so that's why I did not want to do a bow. It would just be way too much. So if you have a smaller sign, feel free to do a bow. And if you have a big sign, do it as well. If that's what your heart is telling you to do it. All right. Oh, that was a loose one. The only thing is that when I, lay everything out, to see what I want to go where, sometimes I don't get all of the ornaments like glued down, and then I go to pick it up, and then sometimes, a third of my ornaments will just come falling down. I'm like, oh, that's right. I missed all these. So I'm trying not to do that right now. I'm like, I want to make sure that I get everything. Ugh. And what's crazy is that I know if you're watching this, I'm going to assume that you are interested in wreath making, or that you are in fact a wreath maker. I'm sure you do it. Every holiday, well, okay, let me take that back. During fall and Christmas, I see the wreaths that they sell at like Michael's and Walmart, and I'm like, dang, I can do so much better. It just takes a little bit of time. And look how cute this is. I love this so much. that, I'm actually looking at little bitty ornaments right here. And why not? Because we have enough space. Let's really turn up the dial on this, and let's really, you know, go all out when it comes to decorations. I mean, why not? I was gonna say the more the merrier, pun intended. So anyways, I could sit and glue on cute little things to a wreath until the cows come home. It's one of my favorite things to do. Okay. But let me be very clear. You can overdo it. So I have done that many of times. And I'm like, oh well, but it can be done. All right. This is just a fun wreath to do. Like I said, this is a family friendly wreath, I guess you could say, because you can get the kids, you know, involved with like picking out the things to put on the wreaths. If they're old enough and you feel safe enough, they can even be the ones gluing them on. I just love doing this. And I hope people, especially beginners who have never made a wreath before and are like, you know what, I really want to make one this year, that they'll see this and go, oh my gosh, like, that's it? That's all you have to do? That is my wish for you this holiday season. So let's add a glitter one. Oh, I'm just so excited. I can't wait to pick this up. And like I said, I am working on creating some kind of contraption to have it face down when I'm doing this, because what's the point of, and I'm gonna grab my camera and do it right now for you guys. Here we go. What's the point of watching if you're not seeing exactly what I'm doing? What do you guys think? I love it. Okay, y'all, here's the wreath right here. We're gonna kind of bring that down a little bit so we can see our shovel. It's simple, it's fun, it's festive. I love it. You don't have to do so much to a wreath in order for it to be beautiful. I love all the little things on here. It's super cute when you look at it. I love it. And again, kids can do this with you. That is the whole point of some of these tutorials. It's not to do them real super in-depth and over the top. It's kind of like, look at, anybody can make a wreath with just a few simple items. And here you go. You got a Christmas wreath. All right, y'all, so that is it. That is how, I wish my table was a little lower, but that is how you make this holiday easy as 1, 2, 3 wreath. Like I said, you don't have to go like into all of this stuff with cutting and ribbon and all this other stuff. You can simply just do this and have a fantastic wreath. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you guys got a little bit of inspiration from it. Play around with little ornaments, all kinds of stuff. Just have fun. This is something that the whole family can do. And if you like this video, if you're family and you love it, give it a thumbs up. Of course, subscribe to my channel. We are definitely into the holiday spirit over here. Again, wreath number 3. We will be getting into some more intricate wreaths. We will be getting kind of like in depth. But for right now, let's just keep it fun and light and get people inspired and just into the holiday spirit. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this tutorial, and I will see you guys again in my next video.